Welcome to World Cinema Reviews. This is your host Frank the Vamp, and first of all, I want to apologize for being, absent. I'm making very few little videos, and also make comments on other people's videos that I usually do a lot of. But work has been just completely very strenuous and very hard, and I apologize. You add that up to the holidays and girlfriend and life, pay bills, responsibilities, and you got, basically absenteeism, which I apologize a lot about, to all my subscribers, and I want to tell you guys that I want to redeem myself, hopefully by making lots of videos, hopefully that you guys will enjoy. And let's start today with a movie that it's I didn't think it was just going to be a movie review, but it's going to end up having to be defending the movie. And the movie that I'm going to talk about today, it's one that I saw fairly recently, which is Victor Frankenstein. And I'm looking forward to this movie, but at the same time, I was gonna, because it's okay. Another remake, another Frankenstein, on the Frankenstein franchise that it's in pretty much done to death. I mean, we can go over literally hundreds of films of the most renowned, of different interpretations of this, and we'll get one more. But I'm actually that I really like this, compared to other recent made. I don't think this film is extraordinary, but the way shape has many flaws, but I think it's worth watching. Directed by Paul McGann, and starring the awesome Daniel Radcliffe of course, Harry Potter fame, but and James McAvoy of X-Men, Professor Xavier fame. And we are really interesting, because you think about Frankenstein, and it's always gonna be about the creature. Everybody wants to see the creature. Will the creature wreak havoc? That we associate it back to the 1931 classic, and the 1930s classic. I don't know. I forget if it's 1931. Forgive me, but it's something that really does impact you as it's alive, all those, and the lining, and there's some of that here, but it's not. It's a Frankenstein movie that's not about the monster, not entirely. It's actually about the makers. Did you ever, have you ever wondered what drove, Victor Frankenstein to create the monster? Why did he do it? What was his background? How did he get there? And did you always wanted to know where Igor came from? And what was his motivation? Why was he there? And we got an explanation. And as strange as it sounds, it's quite enjoyable. The script has a lot of holes and flaws on it, but I mean, hear me out. The movie basically stars, being narrated by Igor, and Igor actually, that's not his real name. He actually doesn't even know. He's just a hunchback that's inside a circus that has actually, remarkable above average intelligence. He's interested on being a physician. He read medical books and things like that, and he likes human anatomy. He actually serves as the carnival's doctor where he works, and he's being exploited and enslaved pretty much, and he just, he's whipped and abused by his keeper. And it kind of gives you that elephant man mentality, when you start watching this, this movie. But I mean, he, as a twist of fate, one of the persons in the carnival, they have like this this accident, and then he's trying to aid the person that's being heavily injured, but then Frankenstein happens to be watching. Dr. Frankenstein is watching also the show, and he jumps, there to help, and together they're able to save the person's life. And when they do that, then Frankenstein recognizes the fact that this nameless clown, dressed as a clown, hunchback, actually has medical talent, and he recognized that he can help him doing his experiments that he's trying to do, and eventually helps him break out of the little carnival, and adopts him and gives him a name that's not his own, because they're kind of fugitives. They're being framed for something they didn't do, and that's where the story begins. It actually, tells you the background of the fact that Igor agrees to work with Dr. Frankenstein because of his love of doing experiments, and it actually gives you an explanation that Dr. Frankenstein is, why. It tells you, it explores many things. His disdain for religion and the fact that he wants to prove that science is the real driver of life, not religion, and a deep rooted problem with his brother that passed away. So kind of a way to reinvent life as a way to bring him back, not literally, but kind of figuratively, kind of I don't know how to say it, but kind of like he wants to kind of make up. He blames himself for his death, and he's trying to make it up. And I think what saves this movie is the fact that the actors are totally convincing. I can, Daniel Radcliffe. I never liked him so much in those Harry Potter movies. I think that he's really developing an awesome horror actor, and I think he should continue to pursue horror roles. It was fantastic doing Horns. I really love him at Horns, and I really love him in the Woman in Black. I mean, he is getting awesome, and McAvoy. Oh man, he's just really, really, maniacal, and over the top, and you can see his passion, that he's blinded by the fact that he wants this experiment to go on so much that he doesn't realize the repercussions, or what will happen if his experiments are successful. He doesn't see the ethical or religious implications that this may bring, and talking about religion, it has a big controversial at that time. That was a big thing, that as a scientist playing God, and there's a police officer that stands on his way because he's really religious, and he wants to stop him on the sake of, for God's sake, pretty much, so that he can't be able to create life. And the movie's entertaining. The movie's actually fast paced. I was digging it. When we finally see the creature, it makes an impact. The creature actually takes very little of the screen time. I want to say maybe 10 to 15 minutes of the screen time. The actual final creature. There are some creatures that are done on the way, but not quite human. You'll see what I mean. And I think it's just an interesting twist. I don't think it's a great film that's going to bring any records, but I also don't think that it's, I've seen so many reviews of people dumping on this film, and the fact is that it's a good popcorn movie, with good acting, innovative concepts, hit or miss sometimes, but I dig it. I totally dig it. Definitely, check it out. I'm gonna give this movie a solid B minus, B to B minus. And I think that if you are into watching horror and you like Frankenstein, this is definitely gotta be in your Frankenstein collections. There's others that are really horrible. This is nowhere near. This is actually, it offers something that you haven't seen in a Frankenstein film, and I think that's good enough for a B. to B minus category. So there you have it. I'm back. Expect much more many reviews. Take it easy. Be well. Take care. See you next time.